Hello everybody, I'm Mari. I'm a girl and I like to talk about my daily life. That's how it is. I'm just lying down in my room on my bed right now. I'm relaxing, chilling, whatever is that. Actually can I say one thing? The world chill, relax. I can feel that. Maybe it's because I'm mainly a Bengali person, which is not my native language. So I can feel this kind of language. I just feel like I I don't feel this language kind of things. Um, Saying that I'm lying on my bed feels more very natural to me. Whatever, let it be. So I I want to say this right now as I want to talk about my life. In my mind, I just got the thought about my grandparents. I mean, my father's dad and my mother's dad. Both of those grandpa, they are very good person. But can I share an experience of mine? One day, our house was quite crowded. So my grandma, I mean my mother's mom and dad, slept in one bed, and I was sleeping beside my grandmother. As I can sleep, as I'm a girl at the time, I was 11, 13 to 14 years old. So it's in the, what should I say? It's the time when girls have their periods or something like that. So I didn't want to sleep beside a man, of course. So I slept with my grandmother. But in the early in the morning, my grandma woke up for doing some kind of household kinds of works, and I was just there lying in the bed. And my grandfather came close to me. He was still in sleep, and he let his hand slip into my waist, on my waist. So when I felt his hand on my waist, I became so shy. I thought maybe I was being sexually abused, and nowadays people touch there's to children that about bad touch, good touch. But I just thought that, man, did I just got sexually abused? And I became shy, afraid. So I woke up from the bed, and to be honest, my grandfather is not a bad person. He never bad touched me. He rarely touches me. That time, I thought he was a very bad person. After that experience of mine, I never talked to my grandpa in the same way because, you know, it has been how many years? When I was in class 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, let me see. It has been already 7 years. My mother's father, I mean, my grandpa died, but still, he died. But still, I have that experience of my memory so vividly. I mean, so clearly. So I feel ashamed to say that, and this is experience. This is an experience that I'm sharing on the internet for the first time, not only on the internet, to the whole world, because nobody knows this. My mom doesn't even know this. Am I going to say my mom that, mom, your father laid his hands on my waist, and what the heck I'm going to say? She's probably going to take her father's side, right? Okay, let's just let the thing slide. And another thing is my father's father, I mean my father's father, grandpa. He was a very hardworking person. He was a farmer and more of like a politician's son, but I mean my grandpa's father was a politician of the village. So they had a lot of landlord kind of thing. They're very rich, but my grandpa didn't do anything. He wasn't even educated. He just kept selling the lands, the all the things that he grew on his farms on the land. So by doing that, he took care of his family. Okay, that was their livelihood. But I despise the fact that my grandpa was a village kind of thing. He wasn't that educated, and he was a little bit of what should I say? He wasn't. that much of a very highly mighty person. So I hated that thing. I hated that my grandpa isn't a highly mighty person. I hated that he's such a his thoughts, the way he thinks about gender kind of things, it's very backwarded. And my grandpa always scolded me for the way I walk. In Bangladesh, it is very crucial when a girl is going to get married. The way they walk, it is very important. Um, when the boy's family comes in the family's house to see the girl, they also say that let the girl walk, and they see the girl's walking style, and by that they decide that they are going to marry their son into this girl's family. So mm, I I should say one of my both of my legs are symmetrical. They are around the same size in length. So one and on top of that, one leg of mine is kind of tilted. It's not straight. Even if I try so hard to walk straight, it's not straight. And all the shoes that I wear, my sandals or shoes, most of the time it's for my, I think, left leg. Foot is a little bit tilted in the inside, not in the on the outside, it's inside. So my legs looks like this tilted on the right side, my like left leg, so it doesn't look too good. And he used to scold me for that. And my father's father died. It has been almost 11 years. So I was very little, and I didn't like the fact that why this old man have nothing to do and just comment on how I walk, and why he would scold me, saying I have to correct my walking style. I didn't like that. Actually, it was not my walking style. It's just my leg. And at that time, I was a little chubby kind of girl. I was fat. My weight was quite big. According to BMI, I might be a person who is a first degree fat person. So my legs would look away too much. It would look too much tilted. Now that I'm slim, even though my legs haven't gotten any better, but it's not that noticeable, as I have less muscles on my foot right now. It's not that noticeable. But at the time, it was quite noticeable, and I hate that. And one day, as a Muslim, we celebrate our Eid. On a day, my grandpa came to home. He was having kind of a diarrhea kind of problem, and he wasn't being able to control his bowel things. So his toilet was on the floor, close to the bathroom, as he couldn't control it. um, as there was another person in the bathroom, so he had to control it. Or after uh, moving from the bedroom to the bathroom, he couldn't control it. So the drop of his toilet was floor on the floor. So he got as the drop of his toilet was on the floor, he got irritated kind of thing. Yeah, kind of like that. That's what happened. And then my father, should I say, kind of had, and we hated him. I already said that his thoughts are kind of a backwarded, not that updated person, as he wasn't been educated. So the gender roles, gender discrimination kind of thing was very into the core of his mind. So I hated him actually. But now that I look at it, without that uneducated side, he actually loved me. As a grandchild, I was loved. Now I can feel that. Actually, after this Eid, one which all of us were too annoyed with him, after 2 to 3 days, he died suddenly. He didn't have any kind of big kind of disease. He just died suddenly. All of us were too sad. I still remember that I hated him. I hated the fact that actually our family always go to the village house for celebrating Eid with the whole family. But we didn't go that time because we wanted to celebrate the Eid in the city. In the city, we live in a rental house. So my father, my grandpa came with my father. It was during lunch, 3 to 4 p.m. Me and my brother was already waiting. In our family, we have a ritual. We always eat together. If a guest is going to come into our house, we may eat something before the main course eating, so that we're not too hungry and too tired to socialize and talk with them. We'll just eat something, and then we will eat again with everyone. But that time we were small, so my mom said, "Let the children eat before at first because we were very tired, we were very hungry, so we were eating. We were very poor. I have to say at that time we were very, 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 very poor. Still, by God's grace, I think that was quite. I'm very grateful to the God, however it was. Even though we are poor, I think I should be grateful because I can be more poor than I was, right? I'm grateful for whatever I was eating. It was not such a luxury kind of eating. Just some fish and dal kind of thing with rice. Simple, normally Bengali lunch kind of thing. But then he came with my father, knocked on the door, entered into the house, and after he gave me and my brother a kiss on the forehead. At that time, I was so annoyed that why this old person has to come into the house right now in this good vacation. He's going to ruin the vacation totally. And then right now, I can understand that that forehead kiss was so with so much love. He gave it to my brother and me, and now I miss that. Now, none of have them the, I mean, permission to kiss on my forehead right now. But it was my grandpa and I was very little, so they had the permission. But right now, I can feel that kind of love. Maybe he was poor, all that he could feed us in the village whenever we go to the village home. It was very simple kind of things, but still, I can understand. He will ask us, what kind of fish do you want to eat? That is not found in the city easily and is quite delicious. Do you want to eat ice cream? Then do you want to have an ice cream kind of thing? He will ask. And the ice cream that we ate and have in the village is not the luxury kind of thing. It's very cheap ice cream. It was very cheap. It's that coconut ice cream with only a little sugar and water. It was just defrost and then we had it. So it was not such a luxury kind of ice cream to taste it, but the fact that there was a person who will take responsibility to ask me, "Do you want to eat something? Do you want to have that?" Right now, I can't tell how much guilty I was when he died. And my father's father, my grandpa, was the very first person I saw dying. You know, uh, that was my first ever experience of seeing a human dying. At that time, I was only 10 years old. So when my grandpa died, I was only 10 years old. So I'm just a very little child. And that was my first death experience. I developed a fever uh, as I was too sad. It was kind of too much of a shock to me that the person I hated, I won't be able to see that person anymore. At the time, I just thought that I was just shocked and sad about the fact that I couldn't be able to see that person anymore. But as I grow older and older, I can feel that the love that I received from him is not a match with anyone else. Nobody gave that to me. Nobody provided that same amount and same kind of lovely love to me anymore. It's just lost there. With him, I lost that love. Right now, I know, I understand. And because of his scolding, my walking style has gotten a lot better. And now I think I'm kind of grateful. If he hadn't corrected me, I think the society isn't going to be easy on me. So they will say bad things like, "Oh, your walking style is too off," but they will never encourage me to correct it. Right? They will just say bad things about me. I feel bad. But now I'm quite confident with my walking style because it's so good right now. I'm grateful to God, but I miss him. I really miss him. Actually, native my English is not my native language, so I may not be able to fully explain my emotions in English. But I can only say one thing, that I'm very, 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 very sad. Very sad. I love him. I love you, Grandpa. I love you. That's all that I can say right now. I love you, Grandpa. Let's meet in heaven.